Alright, children, a little cheering. Welcome to the next installment of the Traveling Moto Vlogger. So today we're gonna be riding to Niagara Falls. Currently we're in Buffalo, New York. I guess we're in Buffalo. We're at an RV park. It's called The Branches. We're about 20 minutes from the border, aka Canada. You know what I noticed that's weird here in New York, that's different than where I live in Tennessee, is none of the cars here have stickers on their license plate. Like in Tennessee, we have to renew our tags every so often. When we do, we get a new sticker. So one sticker has a month, one has the 2-digit year. So it'd be like August of 2019 is when I would have to renew mine. But they don't have stickers here. I don't know how that works. Maybe somebody watching this video, if you live in New York, maybe you could tell me. Welcome to the city of Niagara Falls. You know, until we got here yesterday, I never actually knew Niagara Falls was an actual city. I thought Niagara Falls was just Niagara Falls. But no, it's an actual city, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a tiny Las Vegas to me. Or in Tennessee, we have Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg. It kind of reminds me of that, if any of you know what that is. Although I did have something interesting happen. I had a state trooper pulled up next to me at a red light, and he told me that my license plate was really far pushed up on the tail, like it's kind of hidden where it is. And I asked him, I said, well, am I going to get pulled over for it? And he looks at me, he says, well, that depends if you're going to stop. I just kind of laughed. I told him I'm not from here, and he said just be careful, and he ran a red light and took off. Thought that was funny. Cool cop. I think if anything it'd be a fix-it ticket, but I'm not really worried about that. I'm legal. That's really the only thing I can get pulled over for is my tag, or you know, if I'm acting out doing a wheelie or speeding or something. But because I learned my lesson from riding dirty. Because when I first got my license, I was pretty bad about driving with no insurance, and I think I got my license taken away 3 times. I had to pay to get it back, and I just got tired of paying to get my license back and having to go through the DMV, and it was just a whole thing. So I decided I'd grow up, get insurance. I got a job, so there's no reason I shouldn't have insurance. Now when you come here, if you go to Niagara Falls, you got 2 options. You can go to the American side, which is in New York, or you can cross the border and go to the Canadian side, which I think the Canadian side is much cooler. It's much bigger, I think. But basically, if you go to the Canadian side, you cannot take any weapons. Now if you take a weapon, it's like a shotgun, you know, something for hunting, like a rifle, you have to declare it. But if you got a handgun, something concealable, and you declare it, you're basically, they're gonna take your guns. And they give you 2 options. If you declare a gun and they take it, or if you don't declare it and they find it, then you got 2 options. You can either abandon your guns and come back to the States, or you can claim them and go to jail and serve time. This is one of the few times I left my gun at home because I didn't want to risk getting it taken away. And it's just, it bothers me, okay? I don't like being without a gun. I'm not like one of those people, right, who thinks something is gonna happen. I'm one of those people who thinks you know, it's better to have a fire extinguisher and there not be a fire than to not have a fire extinguisher and there's a fire. You know what I mean? So it's just, I like to have it. It's peace of mind. If something were to happen, it's there. Now on carrying a gun, living in Tennessee, it's their concealed carry laws are pretty relaxed. You can open carry, you can conceal carry with a permit. Pretty much in Tennessee, if you don't have a permit, you can carry a fully loaded gun on your person in your car at, you know, because it's an extension of your property, part of the castle law. If you don't know what that is, just Google Tennessee castle law. It's basically covers your home and your car and, you know, whatever other extension of your property, of your house, I should say. Now with that being said, carrying, open or conceal, carrying any weapon, you know, takes a certain level of maturity. Because, I mean, there are, you can get in some serious trouble with a gun if you don't know your carry laws, okay? Now, some of you may be watching this later on down the road and you might be thinking some of what I've said is not true. I don't know, maybe it's changed on later down the road, but I'm pretty up to date on my carry laws. I don't like to do something and not know about it, right? Like carry a gun and not know your laws. I think it's immature, for lack of a better word. It's kind of like having a bike and not knowing how to maintain it or work on it. It's just, what are you going to do when you ride your bike and, you know, your chain gets loose and it's dirty and not lubed? It's just going to break, and then you're going to be out of a chain and you're going to have to fix it, but you don't know how. So I think that's a big part of carrying a gun, is knowing your concealed carry laws. Stop sign after stop sign. But I'm pulling my white crime card and I'm rolling through them, not coming to a complete stop. I don't know what the exchange rate is for American to Canadian money. I mean, like, what's a American dollar worth in Canada? Can't be much. Like, how much syrup will $3 buy me? Probably none at all. Ugh, clutch hand is dying. Oh shit, look at that. That would've fucked me up. Made me look like a noob if I fell over. Here they are. Here's all the tourists in the same colored t-shirts. Man, that's a lot of people. I'm not going to stop for people who aren't using a crosswalk. Even though they were using a crosswalk, I didn't stop. Way to contradict myself, huh?
Always gone when I need you. You know I'll be there for you. Where are you now? Where are you now? Always try my best for you. You just know it is true. Where are we now? You just know that I'll be
So we just got finished up at Niagara Falls, and man, that was an experience. That was something else. Absolutely crazy. And if you guys have never been, it's worth it in your lifetime to go once. There's nothing else like it. I'm gonna go in here because I'm pretty lost and I need to use my GPS. Okay, so I got a little lost on the way back, but I got my earbuds in and I got my trusty Note 8, Samsung Note 8, giving me directions back. So I'm headed back to the RV resort. But gotta go, gotta merge.